Hi everybody, and welcome back. Today we're wrapping up our discussion about Genesis with the story of Joseph. If you'll remember, Joseph was the son of Jacob, who was the son of Isaac, who was the son of Abraham. All of these guys are patriarchs, meaning great male biblical figures, and the Bible refers to them all the time after they die. Anyway, the story of Joseph goes as follows. Joseph was the youngest of Jacob's 12 sons. He worked with his brothers all day, but Joseph was his father's favorite. Jacob loved Joseph so much that he gave him a special coat that made all of his brothers jealous. Joseph also had dreams that he would eventually become king, so powerful in fact that even the sun and moon would bow to him. Naturally, his brothers became even more jealous. So one day, Joseph's jealous brothers sold him into slavery. Joseph got traded around a few times in the slave trade, but he eventually wound up working as a servant for Pharaoh, the emperor of Egypt. While he was a servant for Pharaoh, Joseph had a dream that 7 years of ripe harvest would be followed by 7 years of famine. The dream came true, and the people of Egypt listened to Joseph and saved their food during the 7 good years so they would have food to eat during the bad years too. Joseph's brothers, however, were not so lucky. They went to Egypt and begged Pharaoh's servant to give them food. Now, Pharaoh's servant was, of course, Joseph, but the brothers didn't recognize Joseph because it had been so long since they'd last seen him. Now, Joseph could have held a grudge against his brothers for selling him into slavery when he was younger, but instead, Joseph forgave his brothers and gave them some of the food to eat. Joseph forgave his brothers for selling him into slavery, and the brothers admitted they were wrong when they were jealous of Joseph. And that's it. That's the end of the story. Here are a few questions to think about. Number 1. Who are you in this story? Are you Joseph the dreamer? Are you the jealous brothers? Maybe the passive slave traders? If you could place yourself as a character in this story, which character would you choose? Number 2. Forgiving others is really hard. Why is it hard to forgive other people? Do you think that you could forgive somebody completely the way Joseph did? Number 3, admitting that you're wrong is also really hard. But why is it really hard to admit when you're wrong? Do you think that you could admit that you're wrong in the way the brothers did? As always, feel free to ask me more questions or tell me your responses. But until then, have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. And as always, may the peace of Christ rule in your hearts.